Hey, this is Kurt Crowley, and I'm going to show you how to utilize GitHub to host your MP3 files for your podcast. Now, signing up is really simple. You click on sign up, you answer the questions here, and then you can utilize their service. I'm going to go ahead and sign in, and then I'm going to blur out my screen so you don't see what my login is. And now that I'm logged in, what you're going to do is you're going to come over to your dashboard. And what we're going to do is we're going to create an actual repository. And I've already got one called podcast, but what I'm going to do is you're going to see where it says repositories. You're going to click here and then you're going to click on new. Here you're going to be able to give your repository a name. And this could be any name. It doesn't have to say podcast, doesn't have to say anything that it's about, because you're definitely wanting it to be a little bit more picky and choosy who could see the information inside of the repository. And then once you're done, you're going to go ahead and click on create repository. And then once you're done, I'm going to come back over to my profile. And then I'm going to come into my repository here. And you're going to see mine that says podcast. And I do leave it public. And then you're going to be able to see that I have the MP3s hosted here. To add your MP3, all you have to do is come here to add file, upload files, and then you're going to choose your MP3. Then you're going to come down here and click on commit changes. Once you have that done, I'm going to come back over to my repository. You're going to see that they're going to be listed here. All you're going to do is right click, copy link address. So once we have the link address, you're going to come back over to the membersociety11.com. You're going to go into web apps, and then you're going to be able to see the podcast host and player. I'm going to go ahead and click on start. You're going to give this particular episode a name, and I'm just going to say YT Rank Boost. And I'm going to paste in my podcast URL for the MP3. Now, I can also update the player controls. Let's say I wanted it to be more of red. So I'm going to have the play button red, the hover over button probably a little bit more orange, and then the background's going to stay the same. The progress bar, I'm probably going to make red as well. And there we go. And then click on generate player. Now it's going to create the player based upon the episode name. You're going to notice that right here, YT Rank Boost. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to scroll down and I'm going to copy this code. And then once I have it copied, I'm going to come over to Snapifier. I'm going to come over to my page elements. I'm going to click on add HTML code, paste that in, and I'm just going to give this the same name of the episode and then click save. It's going to ask you if you want AI to help generate it. Just go ahead and click cancel. And now if we click here, we're going to be able to see the actual podcast load up here. If I push play, you're going to be able to hear the actual player. This will show the name that you gave the MP3 file, not necessarily the name of the actual file, but you're going to be able to see what you named that episode. And then you can have multiple on here as long as they're named different, like episode 1, episode 2, episode 3. Perfect. So keep that in mind when you're creating these. So this is the podcast host and player, and this can work in other builders as well, such as Convertry or NicePage, MobiRise, any of those builder tools. So this is Kurt. I appreciate it. And let me tell you a little reason why I'm thinking about doing these is because this is how I can create a private podcast. Maybe have 1 or 2 episodes open so people can hear what's going on, and then have the other ones hidden to where they have to sign up to hear all the podcasts. That's how you could utilize Snapifier. So what I'm going to do here, content locking, come down here and just lock behind a passcode, click OK, join the podcast, give it a passcode, the access link, in other words, where they're going to have to sign up from, I'm just going to put snapifier.com on there for right now. Get access to all podcasts. And then click save. And now if we come back here and refresh, come back, lock behind the passcode, come back over here, refresh. They have to click here, join the podcast. They'll enter in the passcode. If they don't have it, click here to get access. So then they go register. You'll give them the passcode. They'll come in here, put the passcode and email. Then they're going to be able to see the rest of the episodes. So I hope you understand how powerful this can be for lead generation. So I appreciate your time. Have a great day.